What is going on, Roland Empire here? Just to give you a video. Wanted to do now a sort of like follow up to from what I did with Black Cobra, and I said, what's another one that I would want to check out? That if you're kind of new right now and you're thinking you're gonna get a description of what a series could be for this, I'm not sure. For at the time being, I might just do these as in like if I'm recommending it to a friend, like if it was a casual hang in that sense. And if you're, familiar with my channel, then you know that how I do my themes of these videos, and this is just a continuation of the saga of my channel with you guys with me and all. So what I thought about doing for this time around, it was like I want to do, I guess, Mob Psycho. Yes, Mob Psycho. At least for me, the main how I made sense of my life, how I viewed it, and all. I stumble upon it somehow, like at least like watching One Punch Man. Okay, I might get to that, but right now, for just quickly thoughts, One Punch Man. What an incredible show. The author's amazing, whether it's the book or the series, however you view it. I respect all of it. I love the show. The show is so entertaining. And then with this, with recommendations, especially a recommendation from a good friend, and all. uh Now it's suggested that I should do Mob Psycho now, and I was gonna get to it, but what were the odds that I was like, okay, I think it is really meant that now if I'm being like recommended or suggested, let's see the series. And from alone just seeing how it looks from the artwork, you can tell, since this is the same author, that the styles are there. Like, the styles are there where Satima and Mob both look like each other in a certain sense. And then so now, even just alone, like myself, I was like, what has stood out? What do I like the most of it? What are some of the things? And with this series, as as simple as I could keep it, it's about a kind of younger boy who has these abilities, and needs to learn how to kind of contain them, but he's really good with the power and all. And he stumbles about on an older gentleman, a guy named Reagan, and it's he thinks he's helping him out kind of with his powers and all. But what's great about Reagan is he's kind of like a con artist in a way, but he's not. It's not anything bad towards Mob. He's actually still teaching Mob a certain way how to kind of contain his powers. And within all that, there's also themes. The themes of like anxieties and all that, anxieties and stuff. And it's that kind of, at least alone, like that alone, if you were still to tell someone, seems interesting. It's not like it's so new to be like, wow, this will be the first time a concept like that will be tackled. But it's nice to know, okay, let's see what this version of rendition, especially from this genre, this piece of media, what could it bring upon. And if you had any investments of what you thought with One Punch, if you think One Punch was cool, then give Mob a shot. And like I now say, how does this live up? Do I really like it? Do I enjoy it and all? After all that, after all what I said and all, this show really is incredible. It really is so great. It's entertaining, from the compliment pieces of anything of the visual arts. Like, you might say season one is like, oh, the artwork could have been better, but if you stick around for the story and all, and then eventually enhance in season two, the artwork is still good, and I still like it for both seasons. I like the way the background settings are just how the well drawn they are, and how the characters look, especially when the action sequences kick in and all. It's really nice, and I like how the action sequences, although badass, they really are badass. You know, it doesn't have to be the sector focus like a lot of shows are. A lot of this has to do with the story, and a lot of the spotlight I'll give is. I will really give is those main two characters is Mob and Reagan. They're very likable characters. Mob really shy and all. He has a pure good heart, and that's something that it's nice, a lesson to learn for how this guy's traits are and all, and how powerful he is, but also like so much of like how he doesn't use his power unless it's really like against there those that he love are in harm's way, which is so reasonable to use that kind of thing. And Reagan for me might be one of my favorites. I like it, even if he man, even if the powers are not really there. I like how he talks his way into certain things, like when he saves Maw from this guy that was trying to kind of like blame him for something, and then like Reagan comes in, and then he acts like the guy hurt him, like he hurt him in a way, like, oh, my back and all, and you're gonna owe me $1,000, you're gonna owe me $1,000,000, and it culminates to what eventually apparently Mob was owed, and Reagan kind of spun it. That was a nice way how he spun all of this, and that kind of way shows the whole a bit of the dynamic they have, especially from the origin story. The origin story really kicks in the middle of both seasons, and it's so cute to know how they kind of came and like helped each other, and it shaped Reagan. It shaped Reagan to be a better human, no matter, even though he's still not the greatest, like not the greatest, but he's still likable. He's likable in the sense of like, just, he gets the job done. It's like you know that there's a moral line where he draws, and it's entertaining still to get mobbed, to kind of use his powers, and Reagan work around it. Another scene I really like from this whole series is when they go up with this legion of like the villains, and Mob needs to kind of go with them, but Reagan kind of takes a handle a bit, and like and then people are like, what, how did he get these powers? And you realize how he had certain powers for the time being, and he's using that leverage and still using his wit to kind of like even just destroy these people's powers. And that is one of the standouts for me of this series, and a lot of his arc, especially his arc, is so fun. But there's so many things. I just wanted to pinpoint a few things, and a lot is here with Mob and his family, a little bit of arc too where he has with his brother. That's nice to know, a sibling rivalry, and how could that sort of be amends. And certain people he has to go through, like eventually other people they meet as like sort of like alliances, like the guy with the hair that showed a bit of like that One Punch Mob comedy. That One Punch and the Mob comedy is really here, and that still for me is one of the things that gets sold. I like this guy's humor, what he drew, how it became to the story that it is, with the people that helped bring the vision just to life. It is so fun and entertaining in that way. And there is many more things you can enjoy. It's it could be an acquired taste, but I like to think a lot of people can like the series. I'm surprised it's sort of underrated, but then also it's, I can kind of see also it's getting its hit because of how it's impacting. Like I've seen a bit of people now, like checking like what people have thought, but there's this whole a bit of a consensus, like more people need to check it out. Some people already seen it, but man, it's a lot of good things into this. Seriously, like, man, like from Dimple to Reagan to Mob to just realizing how how light and fun this is, and how dark it gets to how dark it gets in certain action scenes. It really is a nice balance. A lot of like cool themes too, if you know how cool themes are, and realizing the certain clients, like the clients that Mob and everybody have to kind of like go with. You're like, man, like realizing like not everybody is as bad as it seems. Other people need to deserve second chances. You if you're aware enough of those themes I'm just saying, you'll get it because of certain arcs that these guys went through, and it's overall just a really good show. It gives you a nice hope. It's like a nice hope of how to contain a certain ability that you are aware, just with society, especially within yourself, especially with the way within yourself you just want to control any kind of abilities that you just have. And it's a really fun show. And there's a lot of just blend of like entertaining action, a lot of fun heartfelt comedy. There is something that a lot of these that you will get an enjoyment, no matter what the taste could be, hopefully, and all. So let me know, guys, what you thought. If you don't really like the series, I kind of want to see what your thoughts are. And if you like the series, let me know your reasons. I like to do debate as long as it's constructive. And that's, like I said, with the channel, what this channel should be about. Like always, these are my thoughts and opinions. I really find this show to be so satisfying. It's really entertaining, just a very fun kind of show and all. So all this in the comments below. And as always, roll an empire, laugh, smile, repeat.